I'm Joce.
Hi, I'm Claudia.
And this is the Lutz Get Down to Business podcast.
We're two cousins on opposite ends of the globe with a lot of opinions about figure skating.
And we're here to deliver the news, recaps, and today we're going to introduce ourselves to everyone.
Welcome everybody to the new podcast, Lutz Get Down to Business. Woohoo! Joce and I will be chatting about everything related to figure skating. So news, recaps on competitions, any social media stuff that we find. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, we are going to give all our opinions, mildly filtered. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. We started this podcast because basically we would just yell to each other about skating, and our text messages just became like one large echo chamber of screaming at each other about skating.
Pretty much, yeah.
I also have another friend named Melanie. Hey, Melanie. Her Instagram is Melanie Heaney Photography or something like that. But she's an amazing photographer. And we actually met in our local mommy group. And it just so happens that she is super into figure skating. I was super into figure skating. And it was like truly kismet because our daughters are the same age. They're baby besties. And we're really good friends too. So our
lives just became like very figure skating oriented.
Yes, exactly. And I started listening to Ice Talk podcast a lot. Shout out to Jackie and Nick at Ice Talk. Unfortunately, Jackie is no longer with them, but it looks like they are taking a new direction and Mirai Nagasu will be their new host. So I'm excited to kind of see where that goes.
Yeah, and we've just been listening to a lot of skating podcasts, and kind of it got to a point where we were like, joking almost about starting our own, because like Joss said, we were just yelling at each other over text, just our opinions and stuff, and we're like, maybe we should just do a podcast, ha ha ha, wouldn't it be so funny? And then it kind of got to a point where we're like, wait, you're not joking, right? Like, let's actually do this. So yeah, and now we're here.
Yes, now we are here. I remember the specific day that we decided to not make this a joke anymore, and I was like, let's buy microphones.
Yes.
And we bought microphones.
I was like, at that point, like, we're not going back because I have to use this now.
Yeah, we were hooked.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk a little bit about us? I'll go first. So obviously, I'm a mom to a toddler. She is almost 2. She is extremely rambunctious and fun. She's a very large personality and a very large love of horses.
Oh, she's a horse girl.
She's truly a horse girl. I live in the Bay Area of California near San Francisco. And I started getting into skating when me and my best friend Samantha, shout out to Samantha, we started watching the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver. I mean, we're not from Vancouver, but the Vancouver Olympics.
You're Canadian,
and basically,
though.
Yes. Every time there would be Olympics, our movie theater would sell super cheap tickets, and they would just basically play the Olympics channel kind of just like on a loop all day in a theater, and you could just go in and out.
What a dream.
Yeah, it was pretty great. So we would always go and watch figure skating. We watched the 2010 Olympics and the 2014 Olympics. I just continued watching, and over time there just kind of became more opportunities to watch, for example, just like different people uploading on streaming channels, and also social media. So like figure skating Tumblr, Twitter, and everything just started to become more popular. So everything just kind of became more accessible over the years for me.
Yeah, I'm so excited that like you're into skating, because Joss is actually my cousin's wife, and I was so happy to welcome another skating fan into the family. Obviously, I'm Claudia, and obviously by my accent, I am not American or from North America. I'm actually Australian and live on the east coast of Australia, which is beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I grew up skating, which is like a bit weird when you think of Australia and skating together, like really like nice summers, beaches, and I chose to go to an ice rink. Sounds a bit weird, but it was I was probably like 7 or 8, and one of my family friends who I met at my daycare, she was into figure skating, and it was her birthday party, so we had a birthday party at her local rink, and I just loved it so much. After the session, my parents couldn't find me because I had just gone up to her coach, or the coach who was leading the birthday party, and was just like, I want lessons. And he's just like, okay, where are your parents? And I'm like, I don't know. And I just went rogue, and my parents just ended up giving in. They were like, oh, okay, just let her have some fun, because, it was in dance and all of that. And I actually didn't know this, but there's a picture of me, like probably at around 3 years old. And no, it was 3 or maybe 5, actually 5, because the Winter Olympics was on TV. 2002 Winter Olympics was on TV in the background. And this is just like a whole happy mistake. Like, my mum did some rhythmic gymnastics when she was in college, and she liked watching figure skating a lot. And she had it on in the background, and I was just playing with like whatever I was playing with, like wood blocks at the time. And little did she know that I would end up competing in skating, which would, that's just wild, some things, right? But yeah, I started competing at 8, and ended up winning the Australian National Championships for primary ladies in 2009. And yeah, that was pretty sick. Unfortunately, I didn't compete after that, but I still skated and kind of kept in touch with the sport a little bit. Less than I would have liked, but life got in the way. But yeah, I've just kind of kept being an avid fan ever since, obviously. And it's been really, really cool to see my friends, my skating friends, and the people I grew up skating with on the international circuit. And yeah, I still get to cheer them on, which is epic.
That is exciting. So now here we are talking still to each other about figure skating.
Yeah.
But the only difference is that now we're stuck because I married Claudia's cousin. So now you're stuck with me.
Oh, exactly. 100%. And I'm fine being stuck with you, because we will just yell at each other about skating and so many other things.
Yeah. And my husband will just roll his eyes at us lovingly, of course.
Oh, yeah. Like
or so we like to think.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to know us a little bit more. We've got some quick fire questions that aren't skating related at first. We'll move into skating related quick fire questions later on. But yeah, these are just for a little bit of fun. All right, how about I read the questions and you can give your answer, and then I'll give mine. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, cool. First, oceans or mountains?
I chose mountains because I was originally born and raised in Alberta in Canada. So by default, all my Albertan friends would yell at me if I didn't pick mountains.
And I think for me, being Australian, like, I'd have to pick ocean, right? But it's difficult because I love the mountains. I love skiing. I love the snow. But ocean kind of just takes over a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with ocean. All right. Favorite season?
I picked fall. I feel like fall for me is kind of like new beginnings. I feel like every school year was a new beginning for me. I also don't like being warm. I'm also allergic to the sun, which is actually a real thing. So every time I go out into the sun for extended periods of time, I end up feeling like extremely fatigued for days and days on end, and my skin breaks out into hives. So that by default disqualifies me from enjoying summer very much. And I also like to read, and I love pumpkin spice because I'm basic.
I was born in fall or autumn. You guys say fall. So I get the love for fall, but I kind of really like winter. Like, Australia doesn't really get really, really cold. So I kind of mean like the snow winter from the northern hemisphere. So I like winter, but I think a good medium would be fall probably. Because I like you, I don't enjoy hot weather when it's like too hot or for like too much time. Like a week of like summer and really hot temperatures so you can go to the beach and whatnot, that's fine. But when it lasts like 3 months, I'm like, oh, no, because you can't even strip further off. Like with winter, you can add on layers, right? But summer, you can't strip down any more than your bare skin.
Yes, exactly. And also, I firmly believe that Animal Crossing clothes, scenery, and just the general vibes are the best in the winter. I'm sticking to it.
Oh yes, big vibes from Animal Crossing. They've got it all down pat. Yeah. Okay. Favorite drink.
Okay, this is gonna sound really complicated and like I'm super high maintenance, which I am, but it's gonna make me sound super high maintenance. So I like peppermint hot chocolate. I especially enjoy this one time I went to boba. We were in Richmond, BC in Canada, and this one boba place for Christmas, I remember the whole mall was just like super dressed up for Christmas. And this one boba place had peppermint hot chocolate boba with whipped cream on top, and I literally went every single day for like 10 days straight, and I got one every single day. I was like maybe like 12 or 13. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's my favorite drink.
I'm really like basic. I really enjoy water.
Stop.
It's so no, that makes me sound like the most boring person alive. But like, okay, like not room temperature water, like fridge cooled water. I just really, it's like my default, right? Okay, if not water, then tea. Like tea. I'll go with tea to make myself sound less boring of a person. Which isn't much better. It's like flavored water, right?
You're definitely related to my husband.
Oh my god, that's so true.
It's very intensely true. If you've ever met us, you will completely understand this.
Oh my god, I never even made that connection. That's hilarious. Oh, okay. Favorite alcoholic drink.
Okay, this is also super basic frat party kind of drink, but my favorite alcoholic drink is Malibu and pineapple juice. This is the stuff that you get like completely shit faced on. Like you can't
that's why like it's great for getting shit faced, but sometimes you smell it and you're like, more.
Yeah, whenever I tell everyone that my favorite alcoholic drink is pineapple and Malibu, they're like, stop. That would be your favorite drink. I'm like, I can't help it. What's your favorite alcoholic drink?
I am very partial to a gin and tonic. Makes me sound super bougie. I mean, my mum works for a PR company that deals with wine and alcohol and food. And so from like when I was 12 and when she started that company, like I've just been like learning so much about wine and kind of spirits and stuff. And so I'm not like the other girls who like to drink beer.
That was sarcasm, by the way. We love other girls. Stan other girls.
Oh, 100%. Big time sarcasm. But yeah, I mean, I kind of just kept, taste testing from my mom's wine glasses. So I guess wine and G&T. That makes me sound so posh. I'm not.
She's
I'm not
not
posh, but but in my drinks taste, I am.
Yes.
All right, favorite snack.
Okay. I mean, I love all snacks. I don't discriminate, but my favorite salty snack is hot Cheetos Limon. Only the limon flavor, not the regular hot Cheetos. And my favorite sweet snack is some kind of like tea flavored ice cream. So one of my favorite tea flavored ice creams that I've ever gotten was the Hojicha soft serve, and it was from a place called Nana's Green Tea in Honolulu. It was literally like my favorite ice cream that I've ever had in my life. So
wow, that actually does sound very good. I don't have much of a sweet tooth at all, really. So my favorite snacks are like on the salty end of the food spectrum. I love sour stuff, like sour straps and sour worms. Absolutely love. Probably my top snack though would be salt and vinegar chips or crisps.
oh my god, so good.
They're so good. And I like at parties, I use salt and vinegar chips as my socializing tactic. That sounds really weird. Let me explain. Like when I get super anxious about there being so many people in a room and like not knowing who they are, I would literally grab the entire bowl of salt and vinegar chips that were there. And if there's no salt and vinegar chips there, I will bring salt and vinegar chips. I grab the entire bowl and carry it around with me the entire time, really, and kind of go up to people and go, would you like some chips? That sounded really British for a second. I don't know why. Like, would you like some chips? And they go, yeah. And they're like, why you got the whole bowl? And it starts the conversation. And that's kind of my icebreaker. So,
Nice.
I mean, it works. So extra layer to me loving salt and vinegar chips. I can scoff those down in a second.
Nice.
What's your favorite meal?
Okay, so we have, I mean, locally and like within probably an hour drive of us, we have a lot of Brazilian steakhouses. So they're the kind of steakhouses where they have servers and they come to your table with like a big skewer of meat, and then you either say yes or no, and then they will cut you like a few slices of meat. Oof. It's so good. Okay, my favorite part of going to the Brazilian steakhouse, okay, I have 3 favorites. One of them is grilled pineapple, and I always ask for the outside pieces because they're kind of like extra grilled. And then my second favorite is chicken hearts, which sounds weird, but they're so good. And then my third favorite is beef ribs when I go to the Brazilian steakhouse. And then I always love like the cheesy bread. I know that that's like...
This is like very Asian crossed with Western flavoring. And I love it. Like chicken hearts, everyone's just like, oh, what? But you're like, yeah, let's go for all of those like offals in at Yum-Cha and stuff, like chicken feet. Oh, chicken feet's actually decent.
So good. So good. Yeah. So that's my favorite meal. It's going to the Brazilian steakhouse.
My favorite meal would probably... I love flat rice noodles. Like my mum does an excellent kind of almost stir fry with flat rice noodles and some beef or pork mince. That's epic. And normally she makes like a mound. Like, have you ever seen Dwayne Johnson's like Instagram or like picture with him with like a mound of spaghetti? That's like how much she makes, and I cut through it so much, and it's entirely like apart from the meat of course, but it's just mostly carbs, and I don't give a shit. It's so good. It's like, it's similar to like Chinese rice cakes or Korean rice cakes, niankao. I love them, and like those kind of like rice things, they would probably be my favorite meal. And that's actually... Yeah. Normally I'd say like sushi just to be basic, but actually now that I think of it, those rice things are just absolute prime. They're top for me.
You are super related to my husband.
This is hilarious.
This is so funny. I love this.
See, I don't talk to your husband a lot about like these things, and so this is new for me, and I'm loving it.
Every time you say something, I'm like, oh, wait, they're actually related. I remember this now.
Okay, the remainder of this podcast is just going to be how much I am related to your husband. Next question, early bird or night owl?
Oh, I'm super night owl. We were literally recording until 3:30 in the morning on Sunday, and I was like, whatever, it's fine.
I'm super early bird. I love getting up like when nobody's really awake. That's like kind of my favorite time of day. Yeah. All right, would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or talk to animals?
I feel like I would rather talk to animals because I feel like animals see people do a lot of really stupid shit. So if I had the ability to talk to animals, they would tell me all the stupid shit that people would do, and it would be a rollicking good time.
Do you know how much shit would come out if you like understood cats? Like the amount of like chaotic evil that would come out of their mouth about the human race.
Yeah, like if animals were TV shows, cats would be Gossip Girl and dogs would be Great British Baking Show. That's the best analogy I could come up with.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's a great analogy. That's so good. Oh, I don't know what I would do because I love animals and I'm also a big fan of learning languages. Oh, it's really tough. I think I'm going to go with be able to speak every language because I would just still love animals and kind of be all right with not understanding them, even though I'd love to. But yeah, I'll go with speak every language.
I'll tell you all the hot animal gossip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and we can partner up.
Yeah.
Yep. Good teamwork.
Yep.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, the next one is one of my favorite questions. Condiments or no condiments?
Stop.
Okay, one thing you guys need to know about Joce is that she is very particular about condiments in that she does not like condiments. And what do you mean by like condiments?
Claudia literally made this question just to troll me. I saw it in the Google Drive and I was like, stop, Claudia. Okay, to clarify, what I mean by no condiments is like, if you give me a salad, I don't like wet lettuce feeling. Like
That's fair.
I just don't like that wet lettuce feeling. It's just kind of like gross to me. I just don't like that texture. And I think that ingredients, if they are cooked well in their purest form, and I'm not like a weird clean eating person, but if ingredients are cooked well in their purest form, I think that they can taste very nice without being drenched and drowned in sauce. That's my theory.
Okay, but then you're also like, you won't put stuff like Vegemite or peanut butter or like butter on something. You're just like very, or like other sauces.
It's true. I like my shit dry.
Yes, I like her husband and I often, like when I was visiting them and staying with them at their place, we would just like watch Joce eat and just go, this is so strange. Like she'll have like everything separate, and like like with a bibimbap, she would just keep everything separate and eat like the separate things and not mix them together. And her husband and I were just like, what is this? It's amazing though. I love her for it. It's just, I'm very pro condiments. Like I love my condiments. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to put that question in just because I think it's the funniest thing.
It was just to troll me. Claudia decided to troll me in the Google Drive.
Yeah. The next question though is definitely not a troll because you are a big Disney fan. So what is your favorite Disney film?
Okay, so I couldn't pick one. I have to pick 5 all the time. This is just the generic answer that I give everyone. Okay, so my first favorite Disney film is Up because my wedding was Up themed.
And I cried my eyes out so hard.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Not gonna lie. There's also the remaining 4 are Inside Out, Zootopia, Hercules, and Mulan. That's it. What are your favorites?
Oh, they're great choices. Mulan as well. Obviously not the 2020 version because that sucks balls. The Ming-Na Wen version of Mulan is definitely up there. I highly enjoy Aladdin. And let me do 5 as well. Let me round it out with Tangled, Zootopia, and the last one. What shall my last one be? Oh, you know what? I'm just going to leave it at 4. I'm going to leave it at 4.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you picked Zootopia. Zootopia slaps, man. Like Hot Tigers.
It slaps hard.
Commentary about racism and systemic racism. Like, we stand Zootopia. I love Zootopia.
100%. I feel like I also pick my favorite Disney films based on the quality of gifts that come out of it. Like Zootopia's gifts are on point. They are so widely applicable, and I've used them very much and very often in my daily life.
Truly. Okay, quick fun fact. I just adopted a dog, and her name is Mary Poppins. However,
so excited.
Yeah, one of the backup doggies that we were also looking at the rescue, his name was Flash. And I was like, if we get a dog, we have to get a dog with a Disney name, okay? So the 2 that we were interested in were Mary Poppins and Flash, like Flash from Zootopia. So.
Oh my God.
Fun trivia.
That is very cool trivia, though. Okay, let's move on. Favorite childhood celebrities that you may or may not be ashamed to admit.
Oh, I have no shame, ever. My favorite childhood celebrities were Jesse McCartney, because I fucking love Jesse McCartney, and Milo Ventimiglia, because I also fucking love Milo Ventimiglia. What
I
about
love Milo
you?
too. I love Milo too. I I went through a huge Selena Gomez phase, like huge Selena Gomez phase. There was like a project at my school for like tech and like web design type deal, and we were supposed to like design like a like album art, almost like a CD cover when CDs were a thing. So you had to do like the CD cover, the CD back art and stuff. And I did it all on Selena Gomez, and I was loving it. Like Wizards of Waverly Place was just fire. So yeah, I'd probably pick her. I'm not really like, I don't really get super fangirly over celebrities, but definitely over Selena when I was young.
Amazing. Wizards of Waverly Place is like so good. I think it was like my favorite Disney Channel show.
Oh yeah, same here. Absolutely loved it. Still do. It should come back. We should have a revival. I mean, the movies sucked, but whatever. I still loved them anyway. They were great trash. Okay. Next is favorite sports to watch at the Summer and Winter Olympics other than skating.
Okay. So Summer Olympics, I picked gymnastics, and my little brother used to compete in badminton, and I had a lot of like friends and buddies because I would just like tag along with him at competitions. So I like to watch badminton, and I also used to compete in table tennis. I went to North Americans. I went to World Juniors very briefly as a substitute for someone else. And I competed in locals, provincials, and nationals a lot. So those are not sports that are aired often. I mean, badminton, table tennis, but I like watching them. And in the Winter Olympics, being Canadian, I watch all that shit, but I especially watch hockey. And I get especially irate about hockey.
Okay. Summer Olympics. For me, gymnastics, rhythmic, artistic, trampoline, big love. As an Australian, we tend to do very well in swimming, and that normally like starts off the Olympics, and it gets me really, really hype. So I kind of have a little tradition where every 2 years, so every Summer and Winter Olympics, I would literally camp in front of the TV, like make a bed, plop myself in front of the TV, and pretty much have the Olympics on 24/7. Like I live and breathe those 2 weeks. So yeah, swimming, that I get really hyped for that just because I get really Aussie, oi. Diving is also pretty fun to watch. What else?
Oh my God. Okay. Quick interjection about diving.
Yeah.
Okay. So, our like best family friend, I guess you could call her. She was the ring bearer in our wedding. Her name's Jean. Hi, Jean. Love you, Jean.
Hey, Jean.
Hi, Jean. But she was in junior college for a couple of years, and she very, very quickly picked up diving. And I just remember watching diving at the last Summer Olympics with her together. And it was a lot of fun. So I also got into diving after that. I just had to interject that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, eh? I will probably like just watch anything though, but those would probably be my favorites. Yeah. For winter sports, I pretty much just cheer on every Australian. Like we will pretty much have like a small team because we're not really known as a winter sports country, but any like snowboard cross, ski events like ski jump, that would like be at the top of my list. Hockey, I'm trying to get into more. But yeah, I think those, or yeah, anything like snowboardy, skiing, I'm down for. Okay, next question is, what is a fact that would legit surprise people about you?
Okay. I get this a lot. So if you guys didn't know, which you probably don't, this is the first episode, but I am also very active in the book community. I have a YouTube channel, I have a blog, and I'm also on the Reading Women podcast. Shout out to Kendra. Kendra's great. But apparently a comment that I get a lot when people first meet me on the internet and then they kind of meet me in real life is that, oh my God, you are literally like 6 inches shorter than I thought you were. So something that other people have found extremely surprising about me is apparently I have very tall energy, but in real life I am just very small. SMOL.
Oh, so cute. Oh, Yeah, that's really true. You do have tall energy though.
And in real life, I'm like turtle sized.
But a very cute turtle. And me, I think a fact that would legit surprise people would be, okay, oh my god, Joss once said to me that I have really long femurs.
I don't know if it was just surprising to me in particular because my femurs are like the size of my pinky finger. So I guess in relation, anyone's femurs are especially long, but Claudia has long, beautiful femurs.
Thank you. Like I was on the floor and I was like just on my knees on the floor. That sounds really weird. But I was packing some stuff. She walks into the room and she goes, "Oh my god, you have really long femurs." And I'm like, "Hi to you too." So I'm just gonna go with that for my surprising fact.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay. What does the other person have that you would want yourself?
Oh, this one was really easy for me. I put that I would steal from you that you like the outdoors because I do not like the outdoors, mainly because whenever I go out into the sun, I feel really sick. So I would just steal the fact that you're not allergic to the sun.
I would 100% steal from you your eloquence and ability to write, because I think I think it's insane. Like you have a switch where you just kind of go into I know this shit mode and listen to me because it's great. And it's like, it's not cocky or anything, because like whatever comes out of your mouth is just so intelligent, and I'm normally sitting there just going, whoa. And then 2 seconds later, we're just laughing about super dumb shit.
I was like, wait, we mostly just laugh about stupid dumb shit.
Yeah, no, but I'd definitely steal that from you. Okay, what's something the other person has that you do not want?
I wrote in the Google Doc in caps, condiments.
Oh my god. It's true though. It's true. It's the truth.
It is the truth.
I would not want to have your president.
My president.
Well, you're not a US citizen, but like you live in America, so I'm gonna go with that.
It's true. I don't think I want him either. I'll pass. I'll take the condiments. I'll eat all the condiments. Every sauce you got. What do you got? What else you got?
A lot. Okay, let's move on to skating related quickfire questions. They're not really quickfire anymore. We're just laughing about
We're just
about
laughing.
each other. Okay, favorite skater or skaters of all time?
Okay, I have a lot.
Yeah,
a
same.
lot of people are actually like more like contemporary skaters and less kind of like old school skaters, but it's fine, whatever. So I said Patrick Chan as a Canadian. I said Javi because I fucking love Javi.
Yeah, he's great.
Kaori Sakamoto, Tessa and Scott, also because I'm a Canadian. And my last pick was Joe Johnson and Karina Monta. And
King.
because we love them, but also because Joe Johnson blurbed one of my favorite graphic novels, which is called Check Please. It's so good. You should read it. I mean, you've read it. I mean the general you with the listening ears should read it.
You with the listening ears. No, it's absolutely great. It's so good. I love it too. It's so great. My favorite skater or skaters of all time, I will 100% start off with Kurt Browning. Yay, Canada. Yeah, no, he's probably definitely actually up there. Oh my god, that's probably like my easiest like favorite of all time, because normally I have like 5 and I could rattle off a whole list of others, but let me just stick with that. Kurt Browning, legend.
Kurt Browning is a classic. We fucking love Kurt Browning.
Oh yeah. All right, top programs of all time. And I'm just going to go ahead and start off by saying Moulin Rouge, Tessa Virtue, and Scott Moyer is 100% in both of our lists.
Stop. I'm so predictable. It's so true, though. Okay, so Tessa and Scott, Moulin Rouge. And then I'm just going to go through like a list of programs from the people that I talked about. Okay, so I think my ultimate favorite program is Javi's exhibition aerobics class.
Oh my God,
program.
it's amazing.
Truly amazing. And then I guess this one's a little controversial, but it was just like a really big moment for us Canadian folks. I remember me and my best friend were literally just like sitting in the theater, like crying. But Joanne Rochette's short program at the 2010 Olympics, it was 2 days after her mom passed away. It was just like a huge Canadian, very personal moment.
Yeah.
No, I will not take any commentary about how you feel like she was overscored. Not you, Claudia, but you with the listening ears.
I was about to say, no, I absolutely back Joanne Rochette.
I love her. And okay, the other programs that I picked were Fix You by the Shibutanis.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Kaori's No Roots because I was able to see this at Skate America in person, and it literally just slapped. Like, I was on fire for the rest of the night. And me and Melanie, because Melanie was like down by the ice shooting, and we were literally like texting each other like, holy shit, this fucking slaps. It was so good. And then my last pick for a program is just the opening shimmy from Nathan's Caravan.
Only the opening shimmy. Oh,
I mean, I like the rest of it too, but especially
not as much as the opening shimmy.
Yeah, not quite as much. It peaks at the beginning.
My favorite programs. Speaking of Nathan, his what's the Nemesis? Okay. Speaking of Nathan, his Nemesis short program from the Olympic season, the 2018 Olympic season, I think it's absolutely genius. I love it. I also love the 50 million iterations of costumes he went through. One program that I absolutely love to bits would be Elena Berezhnaya and Anton Sigurlitz's exhibition from the 2002 Olympics, where they skated to Charlie Chaplin, and it's the most perfect magical thing in the entire world. And let me finish off with, this is just like a really niche program, but I absolutely love Alyona Kostanaya's short program from, is it 2018? Her short program to Adios Nonino. I think it's super great, and she's such a small bean there. So yeah, those would probably be my favorite programs.
Nice.
All right, what would your music selections be if you were competing this season?
Okay, so
you're ready for this, okay?
No, I'm just gonna tell you a story. Okay, so my thing was that, oh my gosh, me in an alternate universe as a figure skater would 100% skate to a Mamma Mia medley, and I was like, no one's ever done a Mamma Mia medley. But then this season, Mariah Bell stole my music. I mean, she didn't, but like she stole it, and I was like super salty for about like half a second, and I was like, oh wait, but I can't skate. So that would be my free skate program.
But you can dance, so that's something.
I try. And then I think my short program would either be, and these two are very different, but it would either be some like super fucking hype EDM stuff, like Adam Rappon's Let Me Think About It. Like when he did that, every single time I was like so hype. Like I was like,
I think everybody was. It's so good.
Yeah, like I require the rink to become a club for one of my programs. That's the energy we're going for. Or if the rink does not become a club, it should become a night at the Philharmonic Orchestra, because I've also wanted anyone to skate to Chopin's Piano Concerto No. 2. It's my favorite piano concerto that I've ever played or listened to. It is very nice.
It is. I agree on that front. For me, I would probably also go hype in the short program, but I would probably go for something like a really awesome tango or flamenco, or like a jazz piece, like a really upbeat jazz piece. Like Farukas. Thanks, Tessa and Scott, for introducing me to that kind of Farukas. That's great. And there's a song by Elvis Presley called Bossa Nova Baby. It's like so funky and upbeat, and I would be so gas skating to it because like I'm currently so not fit, and that like Bossa Nova Baby is just absolute fire. So I'd be gas, but it'd be happy gas. What the fuck did I just say that?
This is amazing.
Happy gas?
We're keeping it. I refuse to edit that out.
Oh god. Okay, but you guys know what I mean. Happy gas. What? Okay, and for the free skate, I came across this selection of music very recently, but I'm so in love with it. It makes me feel shit every single time. It is the music from BBC's 2016 War and Peace adaptation, and it's by Martin Phipps. It's it gets me feels. It's so good. I want someone to skate to it so bad, but it's very niche, so probably no one will skate to it. But if I was competing, that's what I would skate to for my free skate. Okay. Okay, next question. Who would you go to be coached by?
Okay, I had to pick Brian Orser and Tracy Wilson because I love to be mom and dadded by coaches and teachers. Like, I love that mom and dad energy. Or I guess mom and mom or dad and dad, you know, but I love like big parental energy. I cry when people are mean to me. It gives me a lot of anxiety. I just don't like that shit. So I need a mom and a dad, or mom and a mom and dad and a dad. You know what I mean?
Same. I feel like I'd love to be at the cricket club. Like, the rink looks amazing, and of course all the coaching too, but I feel like I'm more of a rough kid. I feel like I'm a Raphael Artunian kid.
Okay. That's it. Full stop.
Full stop. Okay. Shout out to my old coach, Kylie Fennell. I love you. You're great. Absolutely love you. So if not Kylie, then Raf. Okay. Next. Would you rather be the first skater out in your group or the last?
I think it depends what group I'm in. I think if I was the first group, I would not want to be the first skater out. I would rather be the last skater out.
Yeah, so daunting.
Yes. But if I was in the last group, I would definitely rather be the first skater out, because I maintain that the first skater of the last group gets the most hype club environment.
I love how specifically you thought of this.
I put a lot of thought into this, okay? A lot.
It depends on which group I'm in. I mean, very true though, very true. I would see my favorite skating position would be second, like in my group, but I would rather be the first than the last, primarily because I absolutely hate, like, if it's like the free skate and you've got so long to wait after finishing your warm-up, and like my coach would be like, oh, take off your skates so, you know, your feet obviously don't get like cramped up and, you know, and all of that stuff. But I think like I lose the feeling. Like, after the warm-up, you're in your groove, you're in your skates, and you feel good. And then taking them off and putting them back on again, like, nah, man. So I'd rather be the first out. Yeah, but look, I agree with you. Not first out in the whole competition. That would just be like, I'd rather shit my pants.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
Yeah.
Too much pressure.
Okay, what tissue holder case would you have?
I would definitely have Makachin from Yuri on Ice, only because our ring bearer at our wedding, we literally bought a Makachin tissue box off of the internet. And we had my other best friend, who is my matron of honor. She's really good at sewing. So she sewed it together and basically made it like a plush. And she sewed 2 ribbons onto it so we could tie both of our wedding bands onto it. And our ring bearer carried our wedding bands down the aisle on a Makachin tissue holder case.
I feel like I would have either like a koala or eel.
An eel?
Not an eel, an Eeyore.
Oh, I thought you said an eel. I was like, how would you pull fucking tissues out of an eel?
That's so weird. No, Eeyore.
Okay, I understand. I apologize.
No, I'm changing my answer to an eel.
Oh,
jokes. That's so weird. No, Eeyore or a koala.
Okay.
Hypothetically, what would your favorite element to do be if you were a pair skater and or an ice dancer?
My answer is kind of a cop-out. Can I just say choreography?
Oh my God. That is such a cop-out, but... No, that is a cop-out. Pick something better.
I have too much anxiety about lifts, okay? Like, I have
me
a lot
too,
of
I
like
reckon.
health-based anxiety. So I think lifts are just like automatically disqualified. Both the lifts that I would do because I wouldn't do them, I would be disqualified for that reason, but also lifts are disqualified in my mind because I just won't do them. They make me very anxious.
I feel
So
like you'd be
maybe
good at
something
Twizzlers,
like
though.
either choreography or like I think Twizzles when done with a high GOE are very, very aesthetic. So maybe Twizzles. That'll
Yeah.
be my other cop out.
That's not a cop out. Well, I mean, it's a cop out because I gave it to you, but for me, I think lifts also make me anxious. Like, I would do them. Like, I'm one of those people who I'm like, oh, I'm afraid of heights, but like, put me up there anyway because I'm masochistic like that. I would probably love to be chugged. So, throw jump for me. Yeah.
That's literally the most anxiety provoking thing in the entire world. I'd rather be lifted than throw jumped.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to be thrown anywhere. Stop. I just want to be cuddled, not thrown.
I feel like I'd make a great Zamboni though. Like I'd just clean the ice on my butt. Because you can have so much speed. Like if your partner throws you like so far, it'd just be a fun slidey slide if you don't land it. Not really. It'd be a painful slidey slide.
I was like, that doesn't sound fun at all. You would break your tailbone forever.
Like I said, I've got my mind is weird. I just feel like it'd be a lot of fun, and then a lot of pain afterwards.
A lot of pain.
All right. How about we do some who's more likely to questions? First one, who's more likely between the two of us to get on the ice still wearing their skate guards?
Okay, I'll count us down and we'll say them at the same time. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Me. Yep. Yep. I'm the clumsiest person you'll ever meet. Like when it comes to like really basic shit, like walking on a flat surface, I can't do it. Like I will trip over my feet. I will trip up the stairs, but you know, put blades on my feet or like put me in any extreme situation and I'm fine, but like I will still crash into the corner of my dining table that's been there for like 10 years in the same spot for 10 years. I'll crash into it like every single day.
This is very much your energy.
Yeah. Okay. Who is more likely to throw their jacket in their coach's face during the 6-minute warm-up?
3, 2, 1.
You.
Oh, me.
Okay. Interesting.
Wait, why did you say me?
I feel like it's more your energy, or maybe it's just because I don't think I would do it. Like, unless I was super comfortable with my coach, and like that's what like I think I'd be like scared though.
Yeah, I also have an intense fear of authority, so I would never do that.
I'd if my parents were there, I'd throw it in their faces.
Yeah,
But
or like
probably not my
me, like
coach.
you would throw your jacket at me.
Oh yeah, I would. Like not my coach, but anyone else, I'd be like, oi, catch.
Yeah, literally anyone else besides my coach.
Yeah. Okay. Who is more likely to miss the morning official practice because they slept through their alarm?
3, 2, 1. Me.
You. Yeah.
For sure, me.
Also, because like I'll probably like, set up like 5 alarms with like 5-minute intervals to make sure I got up, and I'd have like the most obnoxious, loud sounding alarm.
Oh my
that I
god, that
wouldn't
gives
allow
me
myself
so
to
much
sleep through.
anxiety.
I
I feel
know,
like
but-
I say that a lot. My anxiety is well managed for those of you listening, I promise.
I promise it's well managed.
I promise.
Yeah, definitely you. All right. Who is more likely to have every tool and accessory and first aid things in their bag?
3, 2, 1. You.
Me. Yeah. I'm always just like, my mum's given me so much shit for this, but I always have like something of everything. I'm like, maybe somebody's going to need it. And she goes, why are you packing things for other people? Like, pack things for yourself. I'm like, but like, I'm a provider. I want to like, if somebody needs a Band-Aid, I'm like, look at me, I have 100.
You have like super provider energy and I have super baby energy.
I just like to be well prepared to like have everything that I can, like if somebody needs it, I can give it to them. Not for any practical use, but just to give people shit. Okay, next one is who's more likely to sneak McDonald's at the Olympics before competing?
3, 2, 1. Me?
Joss. Yeah. I'd feel like I would 100% after competing go straight to Macca's and down the biggest chips meal ever. Like McDonald's chips are just so far and beyond, in my personal opinion, but not before competing, I don't think. I'd like have fever dreams about it. I'd like dream of the chips, but
I would just eat hash browns. Like that would
oh
be
my god, hash browns.
Pre-competition breakfast is
Oh.
McDonald's hash brown. That's it.
Now
Just
that you
all hash
mentioned,
browns.
now that you mentioned that, I would, if somebody gave me that option to eat hash browns like for breakfast every morning before competing, I would 100% take it.
I love McDonald's hash browns.
I can't believe I forgot about hash browns. That's just,
How dare
that's
you?
not on. Yeah, that's just not on for me. All right, next. Who is more likely to skate a perfect program but fall on the ending pose? We know this. All right, count us down.
3, 2, 1. You.
Me. Definitely. I'd like take a bow and then go to get off the ice and just trip.
I think I would be the opposite. I think I would skate a completely shit program but have a perfect ending pose. That is super my energy.
Oh my god, and just throw everything into that ending pose and everyone's just going, do we clap for the ending pose? Like, love it. Okay. Who is the most likely to spend the gala or exhibition rehearsal creating secret handshakes with everyone instead of learning the choreo?
3, 2, 1.
Me?
I said neither.
I feel like neither too, but like I feel like I would do it at the start and then get really anxious that I don't know the choreo and pull an all-nighter trying to learn it. That's very my energy, everything at the last minute. But I would totally be fucking around if people were on like receptive to me like wanting to create secret handshakes with them, I would 100% be goofing off. Okay, and the last question. Who's more likely to start a weekly vlogging channel about their skating career?
3, 2, 1. Me.
You? Yeah, I feel like
definitely me.
I feel like we'd both do it, but probably you more than me.
Yeah, I feel like in the Maya and Alex, I'm the Alex and you are the Maya.
Oh yeah. And her husband is also the Maya and thus explains why we're related.
Yes. I feel like I have big Roman Sadovsky energy.
Oh my god. Yes. You should do like one of those old time YouTube videos where you invite Roman onto your channel and you can go onto his and you do like a little like fun game and Q&A.
Okay. We need to actually like meet Roman Sadovsky and not be like, hey, we have this proposal for you that you're gonna come on my vlog channel and I'll come on your vlog channel and we're gonna have like this weird Q&A. He'd probably be down for that shit. He'd be like, okay, sure. I'd be like, all right.
Do you have boba for me? I'll only do it if you give me boba.
Oh my god, we could drink boba together. How nice.
Okay, so that's it for the quick fire that turned into not so quick fire questions. Let's end on what to expect for this podcast. So like what kind of segments we're going to do, how often we're going to upload, and all of that. Joss, do you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. I think we are going to attempt to do our best to recap every major competition. And we will attempt to upload very soon after every major competition. Obviously, this year is just 50 shades of messed up, so we will be obliging by the ISU's schedule whenever they may schedule competitions. And we'll just do a recap, state our opinions about things. And I guess our major additional segment is at the end where we move into the kiss and cry after we talk about all the athletes. And in our kiss and cry, we are both very avid readers. I have a ton of books. Claudia can attest to this.
Yep.
Having spent basically every trip that she makes over here at the bookstore.
Yes.
And so basically in the kiss and cry, the first thing that we're going to do is one of us is going to recommend a book that is not inspired by, but I guess reminds us of one of the programs that was mentioned in the episode. And we'll kind of explain in detail why it reminds us of that program and why we recommend that book. They're pretty sick books. All these books slap. So
oh yeah,
they're pretty great. And then I guess in the upcoming episodes, our first episode, which we will be uploading probably on the same day that this one goes up, is going to be an off-season news. We had an especially long off-season this year because obviously we all went into quarantine in March and then everything just kind of shut down. It was very upsetting. So we do a news episode, and then we did 2 episodes covering Russian test skates. And the next episode after that, we will be discussing various competitions such as Nebelhorn Trophy, the ISP Points Challenge, and Japan Regionals, and one other competition in Japan that is escaping my mind right now. But
Japan Open.
Kind of an amalgamation of
so we've got
different
a lot of things lined up, and maybe we'll end up doing some interviews or that kind of thing. So we'll see how it goes, but that's generally what you can expect to see from us in the near future. So yeah.
Maybe one day you'll see us on Roman Sadovsky's vlog channel.
That's just the end goal. That's just the end goal. That's why we actually did it. We don't really care about anything else.
That'll be our peak, like the shimmy in Nathan's caravan. I mean, I like the rest of the program. Please don't take that the wrong way. I very much enjoy that program. But the shimmy is truly the peak.
You're going to get a message from Nathan after this.
No, stop, Nathan. I'm so sorry. I don't mean it like that, but I truly love your shimmy. XOXO Gossip Girl.
Okay.
So that's it for this episode. I'm Joce, and you can come and chat with us at Lutz, Lutz, Get Down Pod on Twitter and on Instagram. And if you want to work with us, shoot us an email at lutzgetdownpod@gmail.com.
And I'm Claudia. We really look forward to having you guys on our podcast journey. So hit subscribe and stay tuned for what's up next.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.